Hey, what's up, guys? Great day. I want to congratulate Andrea Liskevich and Billy Weinstein on the win today out at the Michigan Roar. If you guys are familiar, Leif Anderson puts on some amazing shows. I highly, highly recommend anybody in natural bodybuilding to do any one of his shows. You are well taken care of. He treats every athlete absolutely amazing. All right. With that being said, since we're on the topic of competition, I know I had mentioned it before. Let's bring it up again. Understanding if you have never competed before, the sacrifice that it takes to get in stage condition compared to being in the fitness world and being fit. These are two different realities. Both are attainable, yes. But you have to understand stage lean, if you have no ambition of going to a stage, is not something that you are trying to attain. It is unhealthy. It puts a lot of stress on your organs. Basically, in a nutshell, your body thinks it's dying. Okay, there's a lot of other factors that go into it. I'm not going to get into it right now. With that being said, becoming fit, getting yourself, let's say, if you're a man, 7% body fat, I would say is somewhere that's attainable. You can stay there, but understanding the harsh reality that keeping yourself there, you're going to be hungry a lot. Probably going to be doing cardio almost every day, no matter what, unless you're just one of the genetically gifted. If you're a female, I would say 10 to 12% body fat. Don't quote me on that. Like I said, I don't work with a lot of females. Not really familiar. I've read a lot of literature on different things with females and males. That is one thing also you would come to know about me, is if I don't understand something or I don't know something, I'm not going to blow smoke up your behind and tell you that I do. But I will research it. I love to read studies. A former coach of mine, Dave Barry, definitely turned me on to it. Him and I had a conversation in 2009. He's the one who kind of brought up, he thought, this is before the whole coaching thing hit, where everybody, you do one show and you're a coach. But him and I had extensive conversations because he was so impressed, because I literally came in with a binder every week of my stats, my food, and everything. And I kept track of every single calorie, everything that I did. And we had a good conversation. He said, you really seem to want to grasp the concept of this. So why don't you think about doing the coaching thing? Like I said, this is well before, I think my current team just got established in this year. But so I've done a lot of research since 2009 on a lot of these subjects, especially food related. I think diet is the most important part. I've already stressed that. So understanding that if something's not working, I'm going to figure out why. Okay. Back to what we were really talking about. So the stage lean aspect. I told you being fit is something that you can easily attain if you have no ambition of ever touching a stage. I highly recommend, though, touching a stage one time in your life. The reason I say this is because it is the most exhilarating experience you'll ever have. If understanding you have 60 seconds to yourself, everybody's looking at you for those 60 seconds. It's your moment, your time to shine. Absolutely an amazing feeling. Like I told you before, I am a somewhat introvert when it comes to public places. I get very anxious in like big crowded areas, sporting events, stuff like that, especially, everybody rushes out the door. That's the only time I really get anxious. People who do know me know that I'm a very calm and collective person. I don't get mad at much. My students especially, they've only seen me go off maybe once or twice a year, if that. Typically, I like to observe the 24-hour rule, unless it needs addressing right then, right there. So, like I said, to get stage lean, you have to understand it's going to take sacrifice. I'm not even going to say suffering, because guess what? You're putting yourself through it. You're the one who wants to attain it. Therefore, it's not really suffering. You are sacrificing to get what you want. So I'll break it down. I am a very fortunate person that I can put on muscle very, very easily without having to eat a plethora of calories. But I can't take body fat off to save my life. So I'll just case in point right now, one of my teammates is prepping. He's currently less weeks out than I am, but I don't even think he's doing cardio yet. I'm doing roughly 20 to 30 minutes every day, or I should say 6 days a week. Okay, by the end of a prep for me, I'm up to near 2 hours to 2.5 hours of cardio a day. One morning session, one night session, maybe a post-workout session. Just to give you an idea how you actually feel. I remember last prep, I was sitting on a leg press machine. I did my set and I fell asleep. A gentleman who was working next to me tapped me on the shoulder, said, "Get up." I went and sat up against the wall, and guess what? I went right back to sleep. So like I said, it's not, you're very, very uncomfortable. You're going to be uncomfortable in the off season. You're going to be uncomfortable in prep. You just have to feel comfortable with being uncomfortable, if that makes any sense. So like I said, if I can take anything away if you guys will take anything away from this video today, it's definitely, if you have no ambition to want to step on a stage, understand you're probably never going to achieve that look. I'm not saying that you never could, but I am saying that it takes some sacrifice. It takes a lot of self-discipline. It takes getting up 4 a.m. It takes going to bed at midnight or 1 a.m. It takes working just as hard in the gym every day. Guy Cisterino always says he's not cocky, but he's confident. He trains just as hard in the off season as he does in prep. He lifts just as heavy. You can't just stop and alter your methods in the process. Which actually I'll piggyback off that. For tomorrow's topic, I'm going to discuss the old myth, heavy weights to put on mass and light weights to get toned. But I'm going to save that for tomorrow. But like I said, just really, really understand that to get to a stage is going to take some dedication and going to take a lot of heart and a very, very strong mind. There it is again. With that being said, I hope everybody has a great Saturday, and I will talk to you soon.